I like the approach James took of we're going to have to see where this goes over the next season and a half. He said he feels it's unfortunate that he already drew the line in the sand with him and Chris Sign drew the line in the sand with the Road to the Iron Giant series. But at the same point, I understand why.
Well, and I do too.
I get it. It's nostalgia. They had it established, and once they put out their published rules, they aren't going to change them.
Well, they're giving the drivers and crews plenty of time to get set up for the season. It takes time to get the funds together, the parts together, the shop time together to get ready for that series because you're racing so many different other tracks. The sooner they get that rule package out, the sooner those teams can go to work.
Exactly.
Right. And talking about Jerry Schramm, the owner of 3 racetracks here in the Pacific Northwest, the rule change that he made allowing these cars, when I say these cars, I mean the IMCA stock cars that are few and far between here in the Pacific Northwest, to allow them to race with the street stocks at those tracks that he owns. I get it. I understand it. I think it's one of those things where your hand is forced to do it to grow that class. They're going to race the street stocks. That's going to happen. We know that.
I don't think it's forced. I think it's.
I don't mean forced. I mean he's in a situation like we talked about. There's so few of them, you can't put them out as their own class.
And I think the thing is, when the rule package came out and the announcement that we were going to have the IMCA stock car class this year, he made a concession in that, hey, racers, I made a mistake. I got this out too late. So here's what I'm going to do for you. I'm going to let you run with the street stock class, and we're going to go from there.
Part of that's true. The other part is, he honestly, did he really have a choice?
He had a choice. He could have said no. But you know what?
That wouldn't have been the smart choice.
He is extending the olive branch in this situation.
It just wouldn't have been a smart choice business-wise for a racetrack owner. Now you've got a chance to grow your cars, that division, by working with another division.
This is true.
We know those classes are going to split. It might take a year. It might take 2. We know they're going to split. The IMCA stock cars will be their own division. Street stocks will be back to their own deal. Okay? Let's call it an experiment.
A transitional period.
Or we can call it a TP if you want. That's fine.
I do. Since you didn't wash your hands.
But shut your mouth. I think that it was just one of those deals where, whether we like it or not, okay, it's going to be what works best for everybody now.
Currently.
Right.
As in right now.
Right now.
This moment.
It might take, like I said, a year.
We're talking about right now.
It's going to grow the class. Dom, I want your thoughts.
To me, it actually seems to make the most sense. When I first heard it, this afternoon you were talking about it, I was like, I don't know, this just sounds terrible, and the edginess and everything to it. But now that you hear it from both sides, it's going to make the best sense at this point anyway.
And I will say, what you just said, all 4 of us had that same thought here at the table.
Yeah. At first,
prior to the conversation that we all got engaged in and said, okay, let's start looking at this from different aspects. And we did. And being able to stand back, observe it, talk about it, see the advantages, the disadvantages. I think now we're all back on the same page where, you know what, this is probably the best thing to happen right now.
Yeah.
It was going to happen. This is the best that we can get.
Well, it's kind of like when we used to see the B-mods running with the sportsmen. It was like, well, that seems odd. Well, technically, it fits, but kind of doesn't. So, it's pretty much the same thing. Like you're saying, the B-mods are going to be their own thing again. It's finally grown again.
We know that's going to happen because they're just that class has exploded.
Yeah.
With car count here in the Pacific Northwest and up and down. Oregon and California B-mods are just probably the fastest growing division in all the motorsports right now. Mm-hmm. I think once we get this season going, we get the IMCA stock cars out there with what we call street stocks. And they're 2 very different cars. When the fans can see them race, the other drivers can see them, other racers can see them race, that class is going to grow. The only concern I have about the whole thing, because everybody knows, I am a street stock fan. Everybody, if you know me, you know that. I love the street stocks. My only concern with that is, will that division eliminate your street stocks?
No, absolutely not.
How can you say that?
It was the discussion that we had that Sam and I had with you earlier. There's too much interest in this area. You've got to have somewhere for the Leaf Sprint cars, the Novas, the Chevelles, the Camaros to go. You're not going to have that. You're taking away the nostalgia of racing in the Pacific Northwest by getting rid of that class.
And I don't think
I'm not talking about a track owner eliminating that class. I'm talking about other drivers saying, you know what, I'm stepping up.
Yeah.
Every driver that steps up out of that division to move up, now you're possibly eliminating that race car because it may not be sold and someone else may not jump into that car.
And I don't know. I know there's some diehard Leaf Spring guys out there, and I don't see them giving up on it. I see them saying, you know what, I got it, I'm going to run it.
I think with Chris's series, I don't see them, even if it's a limited race schedule where they're flip-flopping every other week.
And I think if that were to happen, you're right, that would be their home. It would be a traveling series, which...
Cool, you get to see them at different tracks.
It's great if you're going to follow the series,
Yeah.
or you're a fan of a track where the series comes in and you get to see them.
It's kind of like anything that's called a sprint car in Willamette Speedway.
Yeah, I don't go to those shows.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like them either.
Dom?
I like them. Sorry.
Hey!
I love sprint cars.
1 out of 4 isn't bad.
And I will preface that the only reason I don't like them is because my experiences with them have been in the pits, not in the stands.
The sprint cars, if you want to talk about cars, they're cool cars.
Yeah.
They're wild. They're fast. Truly.
You're literally driving on the edge of sanity.
The
And
thing
a
I
lot
don't
of
like
times
about
over
race
it.
cars is the type of racing you have to watch.
Yeah. Stop and go.
And
Just
when I
like
say
driving in
that, okay,
California.
and I've said this a million times, it goes back to watching the sprint cars at like, say, tracks like Willamette Speedway. I'm not a fan of sprint cars on big tracks. You put them on a bull ring like Cottage Grove, and it's phenomenal. But you need the sprint cars, I think, have to be on smaller tracks. Watch them at Eldora, the big tracks, the Terre Haute action track. It's just not entertaining.
Yeah.
The speed is cool, but you don't see racing.
I'd rather watch big block modifieds.
If it means side-by-side, banging doors and do a little bit of rubbing and backing them in 3-4 wide, I am all for it. All for it.
Yeah.
But going back to this whole street stock deal, I hope we get a resolution quick. I hope this whole thing gets figured out and everything kind of, we get to the why quick and everybody knows what they're doing, goes to where they're going to go.
But then you're not going to have any content for the show because it'll go too smoothly. So.
We'll have more content because we have another division to talk about. Right?
You know what the best part about next week's show is?
We'll have actual racing
We're
to
going
talk
to have
about.
racing to talk
Yeah.
about.
Our dead season is over as far as our off season. We're going to be out at Willamette with Moxie Media covering the practice. We'll be out there doing what we do and priming the pump and having a good time. We're going to get...
We've already had one question. They wanted to know if the stands were open for practice.
Yes.
That's what
They
I
usually are. No charge.
Yeah.
Come in, hang out, and get that first shot of adrenaline and get the fumes up the
Nostrils?
Yeah, just get that. I love smelling the fuel.
I would suggest sitting in as high as you can in the stands if you do come out.
Well, we'll be in the Moxie Tower, so we've got the best seats in the house.
I don't know if I'll be there.
I might not let you in.
I'll kick that door in.
No Taco Bell before.
So, anyway, guys, I want to say thanks. Great discussion tonight amongst all of us. I think it was good. I like James' call.
I really like how James hit the home run and carried me for the whole segment. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that.
He did too, didn't he?
He did.
Mm-hmm.
Made me sound good.
You talking makes you sound good. I mean, you not talking makes you sound good. That's what I meant to say.
He's delirious from all the sugar intake.
I'm just pumped about this. We're so close to racing season. I mean, I'm starting to get that adrenaline now. I'm starting to feel it. RPMs are coming up. Hey, talking about RPMs, did you see the new Bakersfield Speedway commercial this week?
No.
You didn't?
No.
It's posted on Moxie. How come you haven't seen it?
Probably because he turned those notifications off.
I asked Sam how to turn those notifications off, and he showed me.
That's unacceptable, boys.
I'm pretty sure it's acceptable.
I
did it.
I didn't see any of that in my contract.
Yeah, as vice president.
Hey,
of
that
release-
commercial is awesome.
It is.
Dom's the only.
You guys are did my whole crew not see the new
Dom
Bakersfield?
did. Dom did.
Listen.
I'm lying.
Don't tell him.
I'm
I heard you were. I
can't-
heard your name was on some commercial for Bakersfield Speedway.
not my name.
Well, I'm pretty sure you're the face front of Moxie, even though you keep trying to throw all of us in the front row. So yeah, Moxie was in that commercial. Where it was in there. Oh, Moxie Media.
It was in
Promotion.
there. I thought it was pretty cool they threw us in there. I mean,
Well, I feel like they didn't throw us in there. They strategically placed us in there.
and I like how you worded that.
Yeah.
It was a pretty cool deal to be a part of it. It's a great commercial. They do this every week down there. Every week they've got a new commercial advertising what race it is, what's going on, the special events.
They haven't had you cut a promo for them yet for the show.
It's coming. It's coming. Season's here. Just settle down.
You simmer.
Before you go, just wanted to let you guys know that
Another donation for
I'm
Sam.
not-
Donation.
Okay,
for
so
Sam.
Larry Baker bought an oil filter at Left Coast, and he says they have a great deal. Larry Joel just told you that you're number one.
That was a great deal, though. You said.
Baker, we're going to have a discussion.
Oh, it's just got personal. Oh
gonna go-
man, that's a straight up personal attack.
I think you'll be talking to the backside of his head because he'll be busy wrenching on his race car.
I'm waiting for Mike Patterson to call in, so I want an update on Bakersfield last week. I promised we'd get it in, and he, come on, Mikey, talk to me, son. 503-862-3478.
I don't like the way you said that.
Why are you having him call in there? Have him call your personal phone.
I'm not going to have him call into the personal phone.
You think you got this figured out?
I got it all figured out.
What'd you do? You had the volume down, didn't you?
No.
Yeah.
No, there's a button I got to push. I didn't push.
Yeah,
This is a whole new setup, boys.
Yeah, the button you were supposed to show me how to push.
Why do I feel like we need a cheat sheet for your laptop? So
that would help. That would help. But I really want to get Mike in here and get an update. Bakersfield Speedway started last week with the World of Outlaws.
Where's my podcast for dummies book?
Basically had a it's on my desk. Had an open wheel spectacular in a sense down there at Bakersfield with the World of Outlaws, the IMCA modified sport mods. I think they had the mod lights. Remember the old wheel mod lights? I know Dom saw those and went into full seizure mode.
Yep.
Great little cars. Mike, I'm gonna give you a few minutes, brother. It's 8:28. Anything you guys want to talk about? What's on your mind? Dom, I know you've got something going on. You've got your nose in a lot of books lately.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get the car set up, and I realized that you actually can practice Saturday. Now I want to go jam on the car Friday night and get it done so I can at least try it.
Well, I'll tell you right now, Joel will be there to help you. He's already volunteered.
Cool. I don't care if the body's done. I just got to make sure that suspension works.
You don't want Joel working on your race car. We're talking about suspension.
Yeah, remember the new Longhorns tell him, "Don't touch me."
Go sell parts.
Go so far.
I didn't say it. Don't look at me.
Larry Baker needs a oil filter, and you weren't there to answer the phone to sell it.
Dude, that was a bad day today. My phone system went down this morning.
I saw that. I saw your live. What caused it?
The modem from the number 19 NASCAR Joe Gibbs Racing Arias car decided it wanted to. So
Should buy a new one of those.
What happens when you go
trust
with
me.
NASCAR?
Get one of those.
We took
high
care
side-
of that.
Get one of those high side haulers.
High side haulers?
Yeah, gutter ballers. I'm coming up with new phrases for you in the announcers booth this year.
Not going to happen.
Dude,
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
got one I've been dying all season to use.
All season?
All off season.
You want to
I've
use it
got
now or save it
no,
for later?
I'm saving it for when I'm at
Oh.
the track.
Uh-oh.
It is going to be amazing.
Fathers, lock up your daughters. Hot mic, hot mic.
Dom?
We're working on some for the truck, monster trucks.
yeah. We got that monster truck show that Corey dubbed it.
Monster truck show.
It's not Monster Trucks. You guys are going to be covering the Father's Day
Oh, yeah.
tough
You
trucks
guys
and trash
got that?
cars.
He's sticking
Yeah.
me
Well,
with
you
it,
said you
yeah.
didn't want to do it, so I threw it over to these guys.
Perfect. I'm going to go get in a truck.
Oh, yeah. I got a
Thanks.
whole new line
Yeah.
of stuff.
Oh, jeez. Anyway, guys, awesome show tonight. I want to thank all of our sponsors for supporting Northwest Dirt News here on Spreaker Radio. I want to thank Swears Trucking, Archer Floor Coverings, James Gang Pizza, Jetstream Aqua Massage, Northwest Trucking Academy, Bar S Motorsports. Did I leave anybody out?